Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aliffya Rizka A, and now my friends and I would like to explain about noun phrase grammatical structures. So noun phrase grammatical structures can be divided into 4 parts, and now I would like to explain the first one, which is verb, indirect object, direct object. The first one is direct object. A sentence or verb can be considered as direct object if that sentence or verb has only one object. The examples are the man kicked the ball and they submitted their report yesterday. The word the ball here as the only one object. Same as the second example, the report as the only one object. And then, if the direct object is the only object, that object becomes the subject if we change it into the passive paraphrase. So, the examples, as you can see, the man kicked the ball, and if we want to change it into the passive paraphrase, the word ball here becomes the subject, so the position is the first of the sentence. And then, if in a sentence there is an indirect object, the order must be verb, indirect object, and the last one is direct object. If the order is different from this, so uh, that sentence is incorrect. The example for the correct one is she made him a cake. Made here as the verb, and the him is the indirect object, and a cake here as the direct object. And then next, in some resources, the meaning of direct object is a noun that receives the action of a verb. Actually, it is true, it is correct, but it doesn't work in some cases. Like the examples are Sophia knows Korean, Berlin saw the Fuji mountain. The Korean and Fuji mountain here, uh, it's hard to know this, and it's hard to see exactly what it received from the verb. And then next, indirect object. Indirect object usually occur or come with the direct object, and the position will be always before the direct object. The examples are she made him a cake, and then we brought her the prize. So what him and her places the position of that words are before the direct object. And then sentence with verb phrase, indirect object, direct object. Predicates have a paraphrase in which the indirect object serves as an object of a preposition. Like for the examples are she made a cake for him and we brought the prize to her. So in this case, we can add the preposition before the indirect object, and if we add the preposition, we must put the indirect object in the last of the sentence. And then the passive paraphrase of a sentence with an indirect object will have the indirect object of the as its object. So the examples are she made him a cake, and then we change it to the he was made a cake by her. Uh, in this case, we change the provision of indirect object if the previous one, the position is before direct object, while in here, the indirect object has a role as the subject of the sentence. Same as the second example, we brought her the prize and then we change it into she was brought the prize by us. And then, to make the direct object become the subject of the passive, we can start with one of the version without an indirect object. Like in the first sentence, she made a cake. If the previous examples, the sentence is she made him a cake. In here, we can omit that him word, and then uh, on the second sentence, we can see that we can include it back the word him, but but it has a little bit different structures than the previous one. And also we can put the preposition before the indirect object. Same as the third sentence, we brought the price, and then on the sentence we omit the word her, and then on the fourth sentence we can encode it back and put a preposition to before indirect object. And then on the page 67 there is a sentence: Annie found the boss a replacement for his secretary. This sentence is the verb indirect object direct object because, as you can see, found here as the verb, the boss is indirect object, and his secretary as the direct object. So this sentence is the verb indirect object direct object. So I think that's all for the materials verb indirect object direct object. I'm sorry if I made some mistakes, and thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And oh yeah, the other materials will be explained by my friends.
Okay, so in the previous topic, we have already discussed about verb, indirect object, and also direct object. And now, let's move on to the new topic. It is talking about verb, direct object, and also object complement. But before that, let me give a little bit review about the direct object. So, what is direct object? Direct objects are words, phrases, and also clauses that follow a transitive verb. Transitive verb is a verb that can take the direct object. In other words, it is the action of transitive verb is done to someone or something. And we continue to the direct object. The direct object is the object of a verb that give more information about a thing or a person that being acted upon. In other words, the direct object is the receiver of the actions. Let me give you an example. I have a sentence. It is about Jade sing a Christmas song. A Christmas song is the direct object. It is answering about what song that Jade plays, that Jade sings. So the answer is Jade singing a Christmas song. That's the direct object. And now let's move on to the object complement. What is object complement? Object complement is a word that follows a direct object to state what it has become. It may be a word or phrase that gives further meaning to the direct object. In a sense, it is explained about what the direct object has become. An object complement may be a noun, pronoun, or an adjective. And we have a table here that shows about the pattern of a sentence. There is subject, verb, object, especially the direct object, and also object complement. On the first table, we have the noise drove him mad. The noise here is the subject. Drove is the transitive verb, and object, and him is the direct object, and also met is the object complement. Okay, so we have another example about direct object and also object complement. In example number 1, we have I consider Jade a godsend. Jade here stand as the direct object, and godsend here stand as the object complement. This is the noun phrase. And let's compare to the same sentence but in the form of the adjective phrase. We have I consider Jade wonderful. Jade here is the direct object, and wonderful here is the object complement but in an adjective form. And then let's move on to the second example. We have Kim found those books a useful supplement to the textbook. Those book here is the direct object. Meanwhile, a useful supplement to the textbook is the object complement. Let's compare to the same sentence in a form of adjective. We have Kim found those books useful. Useful here is the object complement in a form of adjective phrase. For the previous example, object complement is like the subject complement. It have a forced reference. Object complements must refer to the direct object. So, in example number 1, the godsend must be Jade. The godsend is the object complement and the direct object, and Jade is the direct object. Also in example number 2, a useful supplement to the text must be those books, must belong to those books. So in the conclusions, object complement follows a direct object and also provides additional information to a direct object or says what the direct object has become, and it can be a noun, pronoun, or adjective, and also it is typically follows certain verbs.
Hello, so my name is Aileen Salsa T, and today I would like to continue my friend's explanation, and I would like to explain about the grammatical structures of noun phrase that consist of verb, direct object, and adverbial. But first, what is direct object? Direct object is an object that receives the action expressed by the verb. For the example, Harry built a castle. Harry as the subject, built as the verb, a castle as the direct object. As you can see from the example, a castle explains what the verb do. What did Harry build? Harry built a castle. Next, what is adverbial? It expresses time and space measures and can be manner adverbials, but only when the head of the noun phrase is way. Let's see the example. Nana went to party yesterday. Nana as the subject, went as the verb, to party yesterday as the adverbial. As you can see from the example, there are two adverbs. The first one is to party and the second one is yesterday. To party explain about the place. Yesterday explain about the time. And last, I'm going to show you an example of a sentence that consists of verb direct object, and adverbial. Let's see. Anna found my cat 2 days ago. Anna as a subject, found as the verb, my cat as the direct object, 2 days ago as the adverbial. That's all from me, and the next explanation will be explained by Fany.
My name is Fany Maulidya P, and I would like to continue about our material. And the next one is a verb subject complement adverbial. But before that, I would like to give brief explanation about this one. Since we already learned about this material before, so it's not really difficult and it's quite easy actually. So for the first one is, what is the complement? The complement is a word, clause, or phrase that needed to complete a given expression. For example, every morning is a gift. As we all know, complements can be adjective phrases and also noun phrases. For the adjective phrases, we have an example such as Han Ji-sung is quite amazing. Han Ji-sung in here is a subject, is in here is a linking verb. Quite amazing is adjective phrase. And the second one is noun phrases. We have an example. Bai Suzy is a real genius. Bai Suzy in here is a subject, is in here is a linking verb. A real genius is a noun phrase. So we move to more detail about this material. So, subject complements is one or more words which acts as an adjective or noun and modifies or refers to the subject of the sentence. Subject complements usually follows by linking verbs such as is, are, was, become, seems, taste, smells, and feel, and etc. For example, the first one is she is a star. A star in here is a subject complement. The second one is the food smells delicious. Delicious in here is subject complement as well. So, for the verb subject complement adverbial, we have an example. Siti Nurhaliza is a famous singer in Malaysia. If we break down the sentence, we can have Siti Nurhaliza is a subject, is in here is a linking verb. Famous singer is subject complement. In Malaysia is adverbial. Since famous is modifies a singer, which is the noun, we can conclude that famous singer in here is a noun phrase.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I'm going to explain about my analyze noun phrase practice in 6 paragraph. The first one is I ran back to my house. To my house is noun phrase as object of preposition because my house is an object after the preposition to. The second one is I called my younger brother Joe and grabbed a broom. My is determiners. Younger brother is noun phrase as direct object. Joe is appositive and a broom is direct object. My as determiners because my is possessive and determiners are always in the possessive case. Younger brother as direct object because it is one object after verb, then it will be a direct object and it also acts what the I doing. I as subject in this sentence. Joe is a positive because Joe refers to person who explains the name of the younger brother. And a broom is direct object. It's same with younger brother. It is one object after verb, then it will be a direct object and it also acts what the I doing. Next, we went back next door
where I swept the broom under the bed, and my brother says Simba has ran. Wait. From his hiding place just ahead of the broom. Next door is adverbial because it refers to space measures. We went back. The broom is direct object because it is one object after verb, then it will be a direct object, and it also acts what the we doing. I'm sorry, it is not I, but it is we, because the subject in this sentence is we. Sorry for my mistake. And next, under the bed is object of preposition because the bed is object after the preposition under. Simba is direct object because it is one object after verb, then it will be a direct object, and it also acts what the my brother doing. And next is from his hiding place. From his hiding place is object of preposition. Just ahead is adverbial, and of the broom is object of preposition. From his hiding place, object of preposition because after from, as preposition is followed by an object, his hiding place. Meanwhile, his is determiners of hiding place. Note, his is determiners, and then wait. Just ahead is adverbial because it refers to space, measures, hiding place, and of the room is object of preposition because the broom is an object after preposition of. Next is Joe carried the cat home while I went to apologize to Frenchie's owner. The cat in here is indirect object, and home is direct object. To Frenchie's owner is object of preposition because after to followed by an object Frenchie's owner. Frenchie was shaking in her arms. Sorry, I repeat again. Frenchie was shaking in her arms. In her arm is adverbial because in her arms refers to was shaking, and it is space measures. And the last one is after a series of object apologize, I backed out of the house in embarrassment. After a series of object apologize is adverbial. Of the house is object of preposition, and in embarrassment is adverbial. After a series of object apologize is adverbial because it refers to time expression which is proven by a series. A series in here refers to time expression. of the house in here is object of preposition. Wait, because the house is an object after preposition of. The last one is in embarrassment is adverbial because it refers to manner adverbial expression. Okay, that's all from my explanation. I'm sorry if I have mistake. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.